Blog Talk Radio. Raekwon, 6 years old. That amazing performance was a little 6-year-old girl. I believe her name is Raekwon. Someone just sent me that link this morning to YouTube. And as I began playing it, I walked around the house with my computer playing it and went up the stairs where Noev was getting ready to leave to go play. And as I walked up the stairs, she started to dance. And she did this beautiful improv dance to the music, listening to the words, and performing this beautiful, expressive dance, which I hope I will be able to catch on tape, excuse me, and put on the air for everyone to see, because little 6-year-old Raekwon singing and little 5-year-old Noev dancing was one of the most thrilling things I've ever seen. So I hope that I'll be able to share that with all of you. So that's Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon here in New York, and I have Meg on the line driving, and she should be close to Virginia by now. Let's put Meg on so she can say hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Kathryn.
Hi, Meg.
Yes, we just are entering Virginia. I am driving with two of the members of the family that we had together up for a week of a wonderful retreat up at your house at High Falls. And Eleonora and Amy are with me, and we are motoring through this beautiful day of clouds and sunshine. We are just thrilled to be able just to say a quick hello to everyone and just let you know you're in my heart, and I am so thrilled to be able to bring this energy that we got through this weekend and just carry it like a spider web throughout the country and the world and just catch people up in this beautiful ascension energy that we received with our training with Kathryn. It was a glorious week. There's just not words to describe it, but we have been visually centering and clearing continually down the road today with more things to work on, and we're just so grateful for this teaching. It's simple and so clear that when something comes up that disturbs us, we have just got a toolkit full of things to work with to bring us back into our center where we connect with our divine self as well as Mother Earth and with each other. Just a great feeling of peace going down the road. So thank you again, Kathryn, for a marvelous week from all of us.
Thank you, Meg. I can't believe this. Here's Meg driving down the road on the thruway, probably at 70 miles an hour, and she's still the most articulate person I know. So let's mute Meg so she doesn't feel she has to be responsible for any transitions today. She's going to be listening in the car with Amy and Eleonora. So thanks for checking in with us, Meg. What a pleasure. So it's a day of channeling and being with Sananda and going to the Arcturian ships. So we won't have too many transitions. So we knew that before Meg left, that it'll be okay. I can handle the panel by myself since there's not much that I need to do. So today I've been told that we will hear from, of course, Sananda, who is going to come with us to the healing ships, the Arcturian ship, and also the Council of 12. So the newly formed, as of this week, or maybe a million years ago, we've been feeling both. The Council of 12 is constantly on our minds, whether we want to or not. All morning, I was hearing the song I played on the air the other day, Cat Stevens singing Peace Train. It has a wonderful beat, and it's playing in the background all day long. And I think that the Council chose that because we discovered this music here together. We decided to play it for one of the shows, and that's the one they chose to be our sort of theme song. So the Council of 12 plays Cat Stevens' Peace Train whenever they want our attention. And so this morning I thought, I'm just enjoying the connection. And then it got a little louder and louder, and I went, they want to talk to me. So I called in the council, and we talked, and they said they wanted to come on the show today and be present, be consciously, they wanted us to be aware that they're here so that we can be consciously aware of their presence and continue that process. So all the members, the 12 of us who are listening now or who can listen to the archive later, some are on airplanes and aren't able to listen into the live show, but they will hear this as soon as they get home. And I'm sure they are still feeling the reverberations. And the council is telling me that once more I should describe what a group consciousness is and what it feels like, because there may be some new people on the line or people who didn't hear our previous calls. We've had a channeling session every day for the first about a week and a half. It was written messages plus our Wednesday night and Sunday afternoon calls on Blog Talk. And then this past week, while we were doing the workshop, we had a channeled message on air every night at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. They're shorter calls, so people can drop in and listen to them anytime. The phone number to listen to the archive calls by telephone, which people have been asking for all along. I'll give you the number, but then you can also find it on our Facebook page, and I hope our dear Don has put it on our also on our website. So the phone number for calling in to listen to the archives is 530-881-1219. That will be the same number from now on. So it's 530-881-1219. This is for the archives. And the ID number for our broadcasts is 856-768-151. Now that will be posted on our Facebook page, Healing for Ascension Tour. Healing for Ascension Tour, yes, on Facebook. And it will also be on the website, whoneedslight.org. You can also call in to listen to the show by way of the conference call if you want to. I'm linked. So the Blog Talk show and the conference call are linked via my telephone. So I hope it's as clear as the sound coming through Blog Talk. It seems like it's pretty good now. So that one is 530-881-1212 and the same ID number. So, welcome everybody. Now I'm back to the panel. We're not going to have questions today because today is our big day to go to the Arcturian ships. And the Council wants me to talk to you about what it's like to be a group consciousness. So this morning I asked them, well, let's describe the structure of a group consciousness. There are 12 of us, including Noev, who was attending most of our sessions and even wanted to get in on teaching some of the visual centering because she's been in so many teaching sessions that she knows how to teach it now. So she certainly is getting a jump start on her teaching abilities, and she's very good. So there are 12 of us, and the Council is made up of our higher selves. And by association, our twin flames. So it's the 12 of us and our twin flames. So we have 12 official members, 24 presences. And the Council is our higher selves. And when they connect as the Council, which they have done, the interaction is immediate, complete, unquestioning, and always present between and amongst all the members. So every higher self is in connection with every other higher self on the council. Now, this is not an exclusive thing because everyone can belong to a council, and then by association, every council belongs.
Doris Colford.
Okay, hi Doris. I'm going to mute your line. So when people come in on the conference line, they're told to announce themselves. So, hi Doris. I was describing what the council is like. So every single one of the members of the council are in complete and constant contact with one another. And we are also, as the Council of 12, we are also in contact with all the other councils and with God. So it's not, anyone can be in a council, which becomes then like a sub-council of the complete consciousness of all humankind and our connection to God. So that's the structure. You can picture it. A council is like a subset of the human consciousness, which is a subset of the universal consciousness, which is God. So, today is the day we meet with Sananda and go to the Arcturian ships. So, she's nudging me. The Council of 12, which is our higher selves, I asked a few minutes ago, well, there is a voice of the Council who will be speaking as we go to the Arcturian ships. And they ask to take part in it. So they may ask to, take the talking stick at some point. So I asked, well, if a council has a voice, and I'm aware that there are other councils that have a voice, is it everyone creating this message together, or is one person assigned to transmit the message? And they said one person is transmitting our thoughts. Otherwise, it would be garbled if everyone was doing it at once. So one person gets the transmission and then is sending the transmission to me. And I said, okay, who's that? And they said, well, Lady Portia, of course. So I'm channeling my higher self, channeling the Council of 12. So it's pretty efficient, it seems. The message comes through loud and clear, and there is this sense that it's not just one person talking. It's a rich, how can I describe it? Like a perfect choral group that sing in unison, and you can hear every voice. But the meaning, the words come through absolutely clearly. That's what they wanted me to describe to you. And they're also showing me a picture. We're familiar with the way schools of fish operate. When they sense something, they'll be swimming along in hundreds or even thousands of fish, and if something touches them off, they all suddenly shift and move and swim in a different direction, and they're perfect. They don't bump into each other. There's no confusion. They simply all are tuned to the same vibration and move in perfect unison. So I just thought it'd be interesting to see a film of that and slow it down, make it as slow as you possibly can, and see if there's any group of fish or any one fish, or if they really are in complete unison I bet they are. So that's what a council is like, a group council. It's, let me see, I have another line open here. There we are, Harris. Hi, Harris. So I'm describing how the council operates. It also reminds me, I got an email this morning from Carl Myers, to tell me that the Freedom Club website has been taken down. So something funny going on. It must be a last-ditch, as Carl said, it must be a last-ditch effort to try to stop people who are on the forefront, really connecting, really working, disseminating information. Tom, who runs the Freedom Club, has done a wonderful job of educating and getting people together and talk about a group consciousness. He's been trying to create this. He has been creating a group consciousness and awareness of the economic systems, of our government systems, to help everyone understand what's been wrong with the old system and how we're going to recreate it to become truly the republic, the constitutional republic, as it was intended to be, as opposed to the corporation that it became. So he's been doing this for, I think, more than 10 years now. And, of course, since his website has become so well known and so extensively read, I mean, it's just filled with educational information. So I would like for all of us, Council of 12, and everyone else on this call, send a big blast of love and unity to Tom and the Freedom Club people, thousands of them now, but especially to Tom and his web people and those who are trying to repair the damage. And I have every faith that the Freedom Club website will be up and running and repaired, fixed, recreated, however it needs to be done, and back online in no time. So Freedom Club USA, is it .com or .org? Let me get Harris on the line here and ask. Harris, are you there?
Yes, I am, and I just want to say that the website is back up already.
Oh.
Yesterday they had a big storm in Atlanta and lost power, and there was a glitch, and they lost the website. So even though the club is actually being investigated by the SEC, and Tom has discussed that on last Monday night's call, everything is still going as usual, and he's very positive, and anybody who wants more information can get on the call tomorrow night, and I'm sure Tom will update everybody on what's going on.
Okay, great. So they can get all the information on the website, right?
That's right. Go into breaking news and explains everything.
So it's freedomclubusa.com?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, okay, thank you, Harris. I'm going to mute you now.
Okay, you're welcome.
This is great. It shows up with the name of the person, so I could do that. That's good news. It's up and running again. So it's a good opportunity to mention to everybody on this call, if you want really in-depth, wonderfully correlated information on the website, go there. You can read a little bit. You can dive in and get historical information about the development of this group and about what their purpose is, and also really good, clear explanations about how this problem developed into, how we became a corporation and what that means. So something everyone should know to increase their knowledge about what this U.S. really has become and what the underpinnings, the structure of the political system has become and how it isn't what we thought it was. So there you can find it. So now we're going to go on. We have some requests for healing today, and I'm going to read the descriptions of people who've written in and asked for a special healing. And there's also a testimonial from from Doris. So we're going to read that. Okay, first we'll start with, this is in order of people who requested it. Rose has Hashimoto's thyroid condition, and it caused her thyroid to stop producing. So the effect is weight gain and tiredness and many other difficulties, dry skin and hair, anxiety, heart arrhythmia, depression, and so on. So she's also feeling vertigo, dizzy spells. So she's been told to be on a salt-free diet. She's also had teeth removed with amalgam fillings, and it caused bacteria in her left jawbone and her left ear. So she's had a lot of difficulties. Sciatica. And she said, I'm sorry, it's not a short list. Thank you so much. Okay, Rose, we're going to send you big blasts of love. And when you go into the healing chambers, the Arcturians will do their scan, and they will know absolutely anything that is a difficulty, and they will be able to work on it for you. So here's someone who said they want to remain anonymous, someone from Sandy Falls. So he or she was told by a cardiologist that they would be high risk for stroke based on mother's history. And an MRI report of a year ago that she said was probably represents very subtle enhancement of a subacute small vessel infarct. However, another one might be helpful. Well, I'm with you here. This is someone who said they chose not to undergo another MRI. And I would have to agree with you about that. We're going to send you to the healing chambers and see how you feel. Not that an MRI is a bad idea. You could still have that done if you want to. But cardiologists tend to be overly cautious, and often what they say sound like really fear tactics. So, I don't think you can be scared into being healthy. You can raise your vibration to the point where you just are taking such good care of yourself and giving your body so much love and support that whatever problems you have can truly melt away. Now, I am not a physician, and I'm not diagnosing anything. I'm not suggesting any particular kind of medical treatment, but what I do suggest is everyone can become healthier. Everyone can take charge of their own health and heal the problems that are there. So here's from Jose Carlos Pereira Neves for his father, Carlos. His father is 82 years old and lives in Portugal. He's in terrific physical shape, but he suffers from a disease that means that he has no recent memory. He has wonderful memory of years ago, but his short-term memory is compromised. So he's asking to have his father's higher self with us and Sananda to go to the Arcturian ships. And namaste to you too, Jose. So Carlos Neves sounds like maybe some circulatory problems have affected short-term memory. So let's help him get things moving. Okay, and here's a request from Doris, who's on the line, I can see, for her friend Donna. Actually, I think it was Doris who encouraged me to open this conference line so she and other friends can call in if they don't have a computer available. So Donna, her friend, struggles about feeling strong or feeling good. She's had several surgeries involving colon cancer, and as Doris says, bless her heart, she gets up and gets going on a daily basis, always helping others, busy with her children and grandchildren, and she gives her time to help Jana, who has MS. And so blessings we send to Donna and her. Sounds like she's got a lot of fight, and she's going to benefit from this big blast of love we're going to send her. So here's the testimonial from Doris from last week. And I'll just read to you what Doris sent us. Last Sunday, my sister Noreen, my good friend Jana, and I participated in a most beautiful spiritual healing experience with Sananda and the Arcturians. It was fantastic, healing, spiritual, and more. I have enjoyed more feeling in my lips, more saliva in my mouth, somewhat improved hearing, and who knows what else. I sensed bright light all around. I do know that in the continuum, place of no time, that I am healing. I am healed, and fully expect to notice improvements each day. Bravo. Doris just described it perfectly. I do know that in the continuum place of no time, that I am healed. And I fully expect to experience it. So Jana, who has MS, has told me she actually has a little feeling in her legs now, more than she's had in some time. And during the healing session itself, her legs actually moved on their own a little bit. She felt Sananda's touch and saw a lot of brilliant light. She, too, is confident she is already healed. My sister Noreen with Alzheimer's, of course, hasn't been able to communicate, but I'm sure she was helped, too. So she was so excited that I told her that there would be another healing session today, like last Sunday. So we have also a request from Daryl near Ottawa, and he's saying he has problems with his intestines and in his right hand and lung. And would we please ask for him to be completely, totally, and permanently healed? Well, we will certainly ask, Daryl, but you can ask as well. This must come from each of you. You know, when you send me a request, I love reporting it on the air so that everybody knows we're focusing our energy to heal this particular person. But, of course, the one who asks for the healing has to be willing to accept it. And sometimes that's a challenge, We're not good at accepting, at welcoming and receiving. So this is a good practice for everybody on giving and receiving. As my wonderful mentor and friend and guide, Amos, whom I was recently told was the incarnation of Sananda Kumara, as he always said, what you need to experience is not either give or take, it's give and take, one word. So the energy flows both ways. As you're requesting help, you are receiving help. And we must be able to experience and receive as much as we give. And for light workers, it seems that that's often a challenge, something we have to learn. So here's a good opportunity. As you're helping the others, I know there are hundreds of light workers who come to these calls and take part, and we invite them to absorb and accept the healing as well. So Diane, we're happy to invite you to the call and acknowledge. She has a heart rhythm condition, which is arrhythmia, going really fast. Her heart beats really fast, and it limits her. So going for a walk is difficult, and she's missing her daily walks in the woods and contact with nature. She can drive, but it's an effort to do almost everything because her heart is racing. So she wants us to send a big love blast and help her to get her heart back into a safe and comfortable rhythm so that she can go back to her normal life as a light worker. So here's a request from Brent for his wife, Nina Green, who has, she asks to be cured from diabetes, muscle and joint pain, relief from the discomfort of gastric bypass surgery. So he's asking for healing for the highest good for her. And blessings of love and light from Brent and Nina. Wonderful, Brent. Thank you. I would like to check in with Meg. I'm not sure that while she's driving is the time to do this, but let's ask her to take some time next week on the Sunday call when she's available and can be in a chair. Since some of you who came in later, she's driving right now. She's listening to the call, and I'm going to ask her to do an alternative healing report for us to let us know her recommendations to cure diabetes. She's brilliant at these things, and she has information at her fingertips, and there's so many people with diabetes. Let's set aside next Sunday a time during the call to specifically address diabetes so that everybody can be healed and cured of diabetes, because at this point in time, we know what to do. Everyone should be able to heal this themselves. And other eating disorder, medical problems, we're going to address that next week fully. So, thanks, Meg, in advance. I know that she will have a really interesting contribution for us. So, let's let's move on. And I'm just going to check in with her and see if that's okay with her, just for fun. Let's see if Meg can tell us. Hi, Meg. Can you hear me, Meg? Oh, she may have her. Oh, there she is. Hi, did you hear me offer your information and your help for next week?
Well, yeah, you know, as you well know, you can pluck things out of my head quite quickly now. And as soon as I hear anything related to blood sugar, I just go on fire.
Okay.
I just light up. It's what I experienced in my 30s. I had insulin resistance as a vegetarian, and vegetarians are at high risk for blood sugar problems because we do have more carbohydrates in our diet than other meat eaters. So for this group who are raising our vibrations, and more people are choosing vegan and vegetarianism, I'm just seeing this more and more, and just a personal issue for me and the spiritual friends I have around me. So I'm happy to contribute. Of course, the best part is to prevent diabetes from occurring, which I'll address. And then also, there's two kinds of diabetes, those that have insulin and those that don't, and I can also address the different types of issues that they face, and we'll get them some support that they need. I'm absolutely happy to.
Okay, great. So the sound isn't too great today anyway, so we look forward to hearing your full report next week, next Sunday.
Very good.
Okay, great. Thanks, Meg.
Bye-bye.
So she is a wonderful resource, and Meg will help us out by doing a special program on diabetes and glucose-related problems. And that was very interesting, too. She brought up glucose problems with vegetarians and vegans. So that'll be very interesting. So we're learning a lot here. Let's call on Sananda. And, of course, the council's here with us. I'm going to ask Sananda to walk us up to the Arcturian ships and help us do our meditation so we're all together. And you know, when we do these calls and we all get together in the pillar of light, we become a group consciousness. So this is training in what we're learning and about raising our consciousness and why we have to do this. So maybe Sananda will comment on that as we go. All right, so I'm going to turn this over now. So I'll just step aside and let Sananda speak. And he's going to take us all up to the ships and describe what happens there for those of you who are new. So let's all get together and join Sananda. Greetings, everyone. Yes, it's Sananda. I'm delighted to accompany you all. This is one of my favorite things to do. As you know, I have had lifetimes as a healer. The one you're familiar with is when I took part in the project that was Jesus. And part of my mission here on the planet in that lifetime was to teach healing. And, of course, to accomplish healing. And the underlying message is always, you can connect to God. You don't need an intermediary. You don't need a priest. You don't even need me. But in the interim, I'm happy to help and to teach you how to make this contact and how to heal yourselves. I love doing these healing sessions because I'm able to reach many people this way. I'm able to help you learn how to heal yourselves. It's a very important connection that we have, and I'm very happy to introduce those new people who are coming to the wonderful Arcturians and their healing ship, let me give you a little background. The Arcturians have long been very interested in humankind. They are of similar structure to you, but not identical. And they've always been interested in helping humans with their medical and disease problems. The Arcturians have no diseases. They have no medical problems because they have already gone through this ascension process, and they have achieved a group consciousness. They think of themselves as one. Now, there are those among the Arcturians who step forward to communicate with us, to use their own presence and their own voice to speak with us, but generally they think of themselves as a group and are very happy to remain within their group consciousness to do this work. And so what you will feel on the Arcturian ship is a wonderful sense of peace and calm and gentle love, which has led them to this project of wanting to help humankind to make this transition. And they're aware that it's very helpful for all of you to be healthy and strong. And to learn how to be healthy and strong actually teaches you to raise your vibration. Because where we are headed, beloved ones, is to the higher vibration in which you experience group consciousness. And so this call, this training, is completely dedicated and designed to help you learn what you need in order to ascend yourselves. Now, we have told you that ascension is an individual choice, which of course it is, but it really is the choice to count yourselves in to the group consciousness. So we need the group. We are the group. We experience ourselves as one. And now we're giving you various ways of visualizing and experiencing what we mean when we say we are one. We mean that every one of us is connected to every other conscious being. It is a massive idea and difficult to encompass in a human brain, the idea that you could be connected emotionally, spiritually, to every other being on Earth, and not just the humans either. So something like 7.5 billion of you are directly connected. It is like the internet, only it's always on, it's always available, and it's always alive for you. Now, you will feel this as we enter our great pillar of light, and as we do that, it's not that you've been outside of it, it's just you're going to be aware of it. So be aware of this brilliant pillar of light that is always here for us. You learned originally that the pillar of light was protection from darkness. Well, it is that, but it's much more than that. It is the communication channel through which you are always in contact with me, with your higher self, with the Council of One, the company of heaven, and with Creator. We're all here. Every conscious being. Now you can even expand this to include every conscious being in the multiverse. You're beginning to be aware of how important this ascension of planet Earth is. Mother Terra has been designated as the one who will carry the great library that contains all the records of all the universes, all the history of all the beings who have taken part in this great life in our galaxy and beyond. And Mother Terra is now moving along her designated path, along with the solar system that Earth is a part of, along with the Milky Way galaxy. And we recognize Mother and Father God as the creators and directors of the Milky Way galaxy. And as the galaxy is moving, yes, even the entire galaxy, and your scientists have noticed this, it's going to become very apparent very soon because Mother Terra has begun moving very clearly in a determined path directly toward the central sun and the center of the multiverse. It is strange to think of your planet that way, isn't it? As being the center of the universe. But this is what she will become. And all of you, humankind, are raising your vibration in order to make this possible, that you continue along with her. Because those beings who will be the inhabitants of planet Earth in the center of the universe must be at a high vibration. You are all moving, as she has already done, into the fifth dimension, and from there all the higher dimensions are available to you. And so, those of you whose hearts are dedicated to this ascension of planet Earth and who have loved Mother Earth for so many lifetimes, are raising your vibration, are joining together with us to remain as the inhabitants of the new Earth, which will be the paradise that we have envisioned for eons. And it is the reason we came to this life, to experience this ascension from the dark and troubled three-dimensional earth plane to a higher experience, where we will experience the sensation, the feelings, the delight, and the richness of becoming a group consciousness once and for all. Now, those of you, for instance, in the U.S. who have all been raised on the idea of individualism and freedom, meaning being an individual, well, of course, you might think, oh, I can't give that up. Well, you don't give that up. You don't give anything up. Believe me. Relax. It's okay. Don't be anxious. You're not going to be absorbed into some great blob. I am speaking to you, aren't I? I'm speaking to you as Sananda. I have not lost my individual identity. It's just that our individual identities become something more as we join with every other individual to create something that is larger than all of us individually could ever be. And so here we are in our pillar of light, aware of one another, experiencing the delight and the electrical sensation of being together and connected. And you will already feel your energy rising as we rise together up through the great pillar of light that encompasses the entire planet. All are invited. All are welcome. As we rise together, hand in hand, up toward the fifth dimensional Arcturian ship. And as we approach, they open the entryway, which is enormous. There is room here for thousands of people. So we enter the foyer, you might call it, of the Arcturian ship. They slide the floor under us, and here we are together within the great Arcturian ship, and the archway opens, and now we enter the great healing arena. The ship is enormous. This is the mothership. This particular ship is now, I'll give you a little picture of this so you can see it, the geography in your mind. This great mothership is parked above the North Pole. Of course, out in space. But it is not the only Arcturian ship here. There is one at the North Pole, another mothership at the South Pole, and 4 at each directional point on the globe. And these ships came when we asked for healing. When we asked Kathryn to start doing these healing shows, and she asked to go to the Arcturian ships. And when that call was put out, they came. And now the Arcturians are here for the duration, as long as they are needed, to help us. So we're delighted to do this call every Sunday, but you can go to the Arcturian ships anytime. You don't have to wait for us. It's a pleasure to go all together at the same time, but you can go anytime. And if you're listening to this archived call, then you can get the same healing and the same uplifting as everyone else. You will feel the energy in the call, whether you're listening live or you're listening to the archives. Everyone will benefit the same way. And so we enter the great arena. We ask that all the animals and the other beings of planet Earth that need our healing, we ask that they be included. And they have their own special place, and they will be taken to a special arena where they can be healed. And now, as we go into the arena, we see the circle, the chairs, all in a circle. They are healing couches, not like hospital beds, much more comfortable. in a great circle, enough to provide for everyone who wants to come. And here we have the little dog who's protecting the house where Kathryn is. Let us bring the little dog in to the healing session as well. Come join us. He's a good healer in his own right. All right, so those of you who have been invited in person, by all means come in, take your place around the circle. We will have groups. Everyone who has a particular issue or disease or difficulty will name a few of the groups that will be coming in. And if you like, you can be with your own support group. So let's have our list here, and we'll call the ones who've been especially invited today. And they can each lead in a group with similar difficulties. So Rose will take in a group of those who might have thyroid problems. We have the anonymous person with heart problems. And there certainly are plenty of people who can be helped in that regard. And I'll ask Diane to be involved with that too, and she can help to take in everyone who might have a heart condition or something involving their hearts that they'd like to have worked on. And here's Jose's father, Carlos, who has memory problems, and Donna, who has had colon surgery for cancer. Now let's have Donna be our, as you call it, poster child, and take in all the people who have had or may have been diagnosed or are healing from cancer. All go in there along with Donna and have your own group together. So, Noreen, Jana, and Doris. Jana has MS. She can go in and with all those who have autoimmune diseases, any kind of nervous system disease, let her go in too. And Noreen with Alzheimer's. Daryl, intestinal problems and also lung problems. So we'll have a group of people with breathing problems and anybody with digestive or intestinal problems. And also, of course, our diabetes people. And then I'd like to add that we'll have groups for people with any bone or pain issues as well, and back problems, and any kind of orthopedic thing. We'll also have eye problems, ear problems, and then any other diseases that we haven't mentioned. You don't have to specifically be invited in order to come in. Just come on in. And now let's, as people take their place in the chairs with their groups of friends, yes, greet your neighbors and your friends. You're all going to be working together in this. And now we invite the healers on the call to come in and take their place around the outside of the group. Now I, Sananda, will be going around the group, and I will go to the head of each person and place my hands beside their head and send my healing energy one by one around the group. And I will go to every person who has asked for a healing here. And those of you who are healers, you may also take a place. You can do both. You can send your beautiful healing energy, and you can also request a healing for yourself. So now all the healers are assembled around the outside of the group. And we have all the members of the Council of 12. And in the center, the Council of 12 is going to take their place in the center. Now, you've been told that in past calls we have the Ascended Masters and a group who love to come to these calls, Mother and Father God, and the Archangels, Raphael, Michael, Saint Germain loves to be here, and many others. Now we have the Council of 12 here, and of course, some of them have been here all along. And you can call on any of you, healers, those of you who are taking your place in the circle, any of you can call on any Archangel, Ascended Master, anyone you're familiar with that you feel a special connection to. By all means, call in your favorite guide or anyone you resonate with strongly, and they will come to help you. And so, everyone has taken their place, and the Arcturian teams have come out, and they are performing their scan. They have the technology that is far advanced from anything that an MRI can see, but it has a similar effect. They can read the entire picture of your body, and of course they can see these things themselves, but it's convenient for them to do it this way because they then have a scan of your entire body in its present condition, and they can calibrate their wands, their healing wands. So they calibrate your healthy tissue, they know what that is, and the vibration at which it resonates. And then they can detect any disease presence, anything that's off or injured, any invading cells, bacteria, viruses, cancer cells, that kind of thing, from the top of your head to your toes. They have a complete picture. Now, you can talk with them if you wish. You can talk in your normal voice, or you can talk with them telepathically. You can tell them what you feel as the most bothersome thing that you want healed, but they won't concentrate only on that. If there's something they see that you need help with, they'll help you with that as well. So now they have their wands calibrated to, well, I guess you could call it zap anything in your body that doesn't belong there. This is, your doctors have tried to replicate this kind of treatment when they do laser interventions. And even chemotherapy is supposed to target the disease cells and not the rest of your body. They haven't succeeded really to do that very well. The chemotherapy that your doctors use is still very primitive and very damaging. It creates illness just from having the chemotherapy. So this kind of treatment is so deeply effective and so safe because it does not disturb your healthy cells. And that is what is so important in this kind of healing. We don't want to remove or create toxins in remove cells that are healthy or create a toxic environment in your body, because then it makes it harder for you to heal. So with this technology, you can be healed of the disease while your healthy cells are given a real boost and your immune system is taught to raise its vibration. Now, this is very important for you to know. As I come around and I place my hands beside your head and I send the vibration all through your body, and as the Arcturians are using their wands to send the electrical pulse to those parts of your body that are injured or have an invading disease, you will be taught by feeling it. You will be taught to raise your immune system vibration to the point where no disease can survive. And as you do that, you will feel the inflammation melt away. You will feel the injuries that have created chaos, really, in your electrical system, your neurological system, and in the electrochemical exchanges in your body. So the healing wands serve several functions. One is to raise your vibration, raise the vibration of the healthy cells, and lower the vibration to nothing of the diseased cells. So they will simply be turned off. And then your body will cleanse and flush them out. Now, it's a wonderful experience to have one of these healings, but it's not just a one-shot deal, as you would call it. We're here to help teach you how to do this for yourself. So after we finish, we want you to keep this high level of vibration, maintain it, and then the disease will have no way of returning. As you know, that's often a problem with things like cancer or, well, any of the things we've mentioned. It can always return if you're not in a high vibration state. And so it's really a very simple principle. Not always easy to maintain, especially if you're in pain or if you've been very sick and you've been convinced by the doctors that this is a permanent condition. And they do this all the time. They're trying to be helpful. They're trying to alert you to be aware and to try and heal it, but they go about it in this negative way that leaves everyone feeling fearful. It's the way they're taught. It's not their fault. They're trying to be helpful. But you must be aware that when you're told you have a terminal illness, well, there is no such thing. Beloved ones, there is no such thing. You are capable of healing. If you are still alive and breathing, you can recover. And so now, I will move around the circle, continuing my treatments of every person, and I will turn this over to the council and let them describe what's going on here. Let them do a kind of play-by-play for you while I attend to each person, each beautiful being in this circle. Now, welcome, Lady Portia. Thank you, Sananda. What a pleasure this is. The energy in this arena is just electric. We have all these wonderful healers in the center of the circle, sending their energy outward so that it washes over each person and can be fielded and sent back and recirculated by the healers who are around the outside of the circle. And so it creates a vortex of light and love that circulates. It's in motion. It has a life of its own. Feel it. Lifting, raising everyone. Ooh, it's a wonderful light feeling. Let yourself be lifted. You'll feel like you can almost float above the chair. Your feet are barely touching the ground, the healers around the outside of the circle. One of our Archangels just lifted himself off the ground to show us how it's done. Floating around the upper reaches of the ship. No. She's coming back down to join us. All right. So the Arcturians are doing their work with every person, and each person has their own team. And all the Arcturians are also in direct and constant contact with one another. So every team is in contact with every other team, every individual with every other individual. So they're showing us how a group consciousness works. And it's like watching let's see. Well, it's like watching a water ballet where everyone knows the choreography, everyone is in contact with every other, and it's as if they're working to music. There's a flow in their motions. They're so at peace and calm and emitting such a high level of light vibration that just being in the presence of the Arcturians is a delightful experience. And then they add to that their expertise, which is so impressive and has been a work of service to humankind. Think of it, how generous and kind they are. They want to help all of us to raise our vibration so that we can ascend to reach the level that they have reached and beyond. And they're raising their own vibration by being of service, by doing this work, by being in connection with one another. They are raising their vibration as well, as is everyone, every conscious being in the multiverse. Because, of course, Creator is in the business of expansion. Our scientists have discovered that the universe is expanding. They have no way of explaining it. They just know that it's happening, that the entire universe is expanding, and that it seems to be an infinite process. How exciting. And we're part of it. Now, feel yourself a part of it. Feel your heart filled with love. Here we're all surrounded with pure love. There is not a single vibration of darkness here. There is not a hint of anything but pure, inspiring, uplifting light and love. And it has. You know, it's not like the light of an electric bulb or, you know, what we know as electric light. It's far more because it has consciousness. The light and love we experience is a living thing. All of us here are surrounded with this feeling of life, awareness, love to be shared, to drink in, absorb it. Beloved ones, drink it in. Feel it settling into every cell in your body. And as one of our beloved members described, when she experienced this, she said, I'm feeling the beautiful heart in every cell. Every cell has a heart. And in the center of that heart is a crystalline center in every single cell. Not just every cell in your heart, but every cell in your body. Feel it, this structure that you are all now inhabiting, this beautiful creation, this gift that was given to each of you. The human body is capable of wondrous things. You've become so used to thinking of it as a burden and a trial and an annoyance and this thing that wants to eat too much or this thing that gets too tired or this thing I have to drag around with me and I can't wait to leave it. No, beloved ones, this is our precious vessel that will carry us to higher dimensions. This is why we're healing. This is why we're paying such close attention to these bodies. We are, in this body, we are part of Creator. This body is the gift that was given to us by Creator so that we could experience life in these lower dimensions where things are more intense, and in some ways different from anything you can experience in the higher dimensions. This is a gift to us. We requested it. In the councils, it was decided that we would take part. Every single one of you came here to experience this, to experience this wonderful, uplifting event, literally, that is the ascension of all humankind, along with the ascension of the entire multiverse. But we, beloved ones, look to yourself. We are the spark that has ignited this phenomenal experience. Now, of course, you can't see what's happening in the rest of the multiverse, but this is why we're here, to describe it to you, so that you can feel the resonance in your hearts and in every cell of your bodies that you are a part of this enormous project, this enormous uplifting and expansion that is Creator's dream. Yes, Creator envisioned all of you in these bodies that were created precisely for this, to be able to experience the transition 3 dimensions to 5 and beyond. The human body was designed for this. And as the energy is being sent from the central sun, Creator, our DNA is changing. The crystalline base that appears in the 10 strands of our DNA that have, up until now, been dormant, are being ignited. Now, for those of you who open your hearts and open your minds and open your bodies to receive the energy from Creator, you will be ignited. You will feel the crystalline vibration being activated in every cell, in every system of your body, and your brain, of course. And that process will literally change who you are. It doesn't change your soul, but it changes the feeling, the expression of who you are in your bodies. Now, I encourage you to think of that. Think of that connection. You, the soul that you are, inhabiting this body for this lifetime in order to experience this phenomenal historic event. You must be willing to relinquish all thoughts, all ideas that have been negative and that were part of the programming. Part of the idea of learning to hate yourself, learning to hate your bodies, learning to think of it as something that should be changed, that should be reworked, that has to be sculpted and beautified and somehow changed. That was all the programming of the Cabal. To place a wedge between you, the soul that you are, and the experience, the glorious experience of this body you were given. So many have had this experience for so long that this body is terrible, it's an annoyance, it's hateful, it does things I don't like, it's too fat, it's too short, it's too sick. This is just part terrible programming that we have been immersed in, like being in the stew of this culture of planet Earth that was so dark. and had so little understanding of this sacred expression of Creator, this sacred body, precious, unique, the only one we will have for this lifetime, and how lucky we are to be here. How lucky each one of you to have been able to come here and find a slot, have a body that you could possess, because of course, reproduction only allowed for a certain number of people to come. Our population expanded tremendously to allow for more people, but still there are many who could not come, who would have loved to be here. They're watching. They're right next to you, feeling what you feel. Now, I want to remind everyone that those of you who suffered for a long time with the intervention of reptilian presences, they are gone. There are no more archons to invade or infest human bodies. They are gone. If you listen to the archives, you can hear August 22nd when Kathryn and Lori narrated the celebration where all the dark ones were escorted to the light. There are no more remaining on Earth or in the fourth dimension. Planet Earth has been cleared of all the actual dark presences who were here, creating what we call the Cabal and its numerous activities that infiltrated every area of life. The perpetrators are gone. What is left is nothing but the thought forms, the teachings, the belief systems. That's all that remains. And you, beloved ones, each one of you, are part of the team that is learning to eliminate every dark shadow, every thought, every behavior, every belief, every feeling that was connected to that, literally, brainwashing that everyone suffered for so many lifetimes, and that no one in this lifetime was exempted from. So this is why we have continued these teachings. This is why Kathryn has been doing the visual centering workshops, to help those who can go out and teach and encourage and inspire people to be 100% aware, alert, in tune with your heart and with your higher self. Because in your higher self, there is no negative thinking. There is no fear. There is no thought, what if I lose my job and I can't survive? There is no such thought in higher dimensions. This is a product of the stress and the anxiety that you were trained to feel. Now be completely mindful of that. Do not permit a thought to go through your mind that creates anxiety. You, beloved ones, are completely in command of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. There is no thought in your brain that you cannot control. There is no action that is beyond your consciousness. There is no feeling that you cannot manage. Once you take that stance, that position between you and yourself, then you are a master. And you are standing in your I am presence, where you say, I am light. I am love. I am God. Join me, beloved ones. Raise your vibration and feel that connection to your higher self. You are your higher self. When you connect with your higher self, there is no discrepancy. You can feel as joyful, as hopeful, as exuberant, and as connected with Creator as your higher self is. This is why you were created this way. It's only that you have forgotten. That's all. So when you reawaken to this beautiful connection, this wondrous experience of being one with those around you, with your higher self, and with God. You may think of it as Creator, as Source, Spirit, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. This is the source of all creation, and this is our source. Breathe it in, beloved ones. Breathe it into every cell, that joyful feeling that you can never be alone. You only need to open to this truth. It is not just for those who have earned it. It is not just for those who have some special knowledge. No, this is for all of you, everyone. And it doesn't matter where you've been, how many times you've fallen down. It doesn't matter. If you think your life was a mess and you failed at everything, it doesn't matter. This is not the way God sees you. God wants to lift you up, wants to reassure you, to embrace you, and to thank you for your service. Now, I send you all my love, and I speak for the Council of 12 and for the company of heaven and for Creator himself. Feel the love pouring down on you. It heals, it cleanses, it lifts you up. As the beloved little one sang at the beginning, you lift me up. You can find that on the internet. You can sing it yourselves. Now, the Arcturians come with their beautiful blue light, the light of cleansing, and it will wash away all the old cells, all the leftovers from this beautiful healing. Let it just flow through your body. Oh, here it is, like a waterfall flowing down on you. Cleansing. Taking all the old thoughts, all the old feelings, all the disease, all the darkness, and let it flow into every nook and cranny of your body and into your heart. Let it flow down through your entire body and out your toes. And it will be reabsorbed by the universe into positive healing energy. Feel it. Allow it. Take it in. Sananda has made his round to send the healing energy to everyone here. You felt it, didn't you? You know when he came to your place and focused his energy on you. And here he now extends his arms to send the blessing and the love directly from his powerful heart to everyone here, everyone listening, and we join him, all of us. The energy of our hearts commingling, creating a powerful light that extends throughout the universe. And now we join together, all of us, healers, those of you who have been healed. Raise yourselves up. Look around. Greet those around you who are now feeling so high and celebrating. Let us all express our gratitude and join together, and let us all send a healing pulse, a powerful bolt of love energy right down to planet Earth. All of us together. I'm going to count backward, 3 to 1. And when we do, from our hearts, we will join together and send this powerful bolt of loving, healing energy right to planet Earth, to every being, every soul, every consciousness, every plant, every animal, every insect, every blade of grass. 3, 2, 1. Pow. Watch it go. It's like a huge rock thrown into a pond. Big ripples. A flash that goes right through the surface and into the heart of planet Earth, and then reverberates outward and ignited the entire grid. The grid, which is now completely unified. You are now able, beloved ones, to anchor yourself in the unified grid that surrounds planet Earth that now reaches and protects and communicates with every single conscious being. And now it is possible for all of the universe to communicate with all of you. And you are all going to begin to feel the ability to receive psychic information. Move back into that center place in your brain. Bring your point of focus back into that place, and you are there. In that spot where you connect to all beings. And if you wish, you can put out a call to anyone, everyone, anyone you know. Send your signal, your bat signal. It goes outward. And all you need to do is think of the person you want to connect with, the person or the group, and they are there. They answer your call. And you will feel the shiver of recognition. And you'll know you're in communication. You'll know you're connected. You can talk to those loved ones who've passed. That's very easy because they're already connected with you. You can call on me, Portia. You can put in a call to Sananda, to Mother, Father, God, to Michael, to all the Archangels, to all the Ascended Masters, to anyone you wish. Just send us a call. And we will be there by your side. And now let us all join together. Those of you who came in wheelchairs, stand up. You can do it. Feel the strength coming back in your legs. Feel the sparkling energy flowing through your brain, healing, restoring. Feel it flow through your body and mix it with joy. That vitality is what we're here for. That expression of life in connection with God, anchored on this beautiful planet Earth. This is what we came to experience. And now together we raise our vibration and we are going to create the most wonderful shift, which has already begun and is now continuing and is about to take an enormous leap. Join with us to create this blast, which is going to carry us into a new experience of prosperity, generosity, sharing, and joy. Now let us all go. Join hands. We now go back to our pillar of light, back through the great archway. Everyone's hugging and greeting their friends and joyfully beaming on each other. Feel that sense of strength and health and exhilaration. Now we go back to our pillar of light. Here's Sananda with all of us. Take his hand. He can reach out to everyone. He can embrace everyone in this group. Now we float together back down to the place where we began, back on the surface of planet Earth. But do not allow yourself to let go of this connection, this high vibrational feeling that is for you. Breathe it. Let it guide every feeling, every thought, every action. Let it remind you that this is who you are. This beautiful soul now inhabiting, lightly traveling with this sacred body. And now, back in your homes, back in your chair, feeling light, happy, exhilarated. And notice that feeling of belonging. Let it remain with you. You see now, beloved ones, all you need is to count yourself in, to allow yourself to feel this tremendous joy, the joy of belonging, the joy of participating in this phenomenal experience together. We are one. And now, I will say farewell until Wednesday. From now on until the RV, we will be sending a message, a written message every day, and blog talk call Wednesday and Sunday. One message every day, either written or live, like this, as long as it takes for us to keep moving this process along. It is not stuck, beloved ones. It's moving. But we need to keep nudging it forward by sending love. And it is coming. Now, I turn this back to Kathryn. She will put on the music and let all of you enjoy the song that was the theme song of these Sundays. Hi, everybody. This is Kathryn. The theme song we had before was We Are the World, and we're going to put that on again so you can enjoy that. And until Wednesday night, 8 Eastern Time, we wish you farewell, happy trails. Talk to you soon.
There comes a There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that the moment somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family.